Who is Brian Gibson to you?
Brian was a very, very good old friend of mine. Brian and I think we had a bromantic relationship. I loved him. He was effusive, so smart, so engaged, and we were engaged in the discovery of so many things in common. You know, we both love science, we love art, we love filmmaking, we loved imagery, and we had so much of that in common, despite the fact that he was English. But he was someone I truly loved and loved being with.
What distinguishes my dad from other people?
He had a enormous heart, which I'm sure you've inherited. Very, very big and engaging, and also very emotional and very talented. So he could put together the emotion he would feel about life or about a scene and engage it with actors and communicate with them, and I think actors loved him too.
And what's your best memory with him?
Probably drinking and talking late into the night about life, love, politics, science, medicine. Those are some of my fondest memories.
And am I like him?
Yes, I think you are like him. You know, whether you know it or not, I think you're very interested in the things that Brian was interested in, which in my view was just about everything. So the curiosity about the world, I think, connects you to the world. And I think the curiosity about the human condition connects you to the human condition. And I think you have a lot of that in you.
Who is Brian Gibson to you?
Well, Brian was your dad and my best friend's lover. No, he was, and I remember walking through Kensington with him on the street and just gabbing. He was an interesting man. He was fun. He was very engaging, and
Your best memory with him?
my best memory with him. Oh, yeah. I had, we were in, one of my daughters, well, both of my daughters actually did their year abroad in Florence. And I remember he had just met your mother. And it was the first time I met her. They came down to see us, and we were, Livorno or something we met at? In Florence in October. Because my dad had just died, and we had a very intense conversation in the bar of the Livorno about fathers dying. And oh yeah, I remember, and I remember him when you were born. I remember going to that little room in West Hollywood, the apartment that was kind of like a railroad, very narrow, and you were there. And we bought some champagne, and I think you were just back from the hospital. And I remember that was an exciting time for sure. I remember when Paula was pregnant with you, and she'd come over dressed in these fabulous outfits, you know, that no one else would wear when they were pregnant, you know, belly out and, you know, little crop tops and like tight skirts and massive belly. It was so awesome. I remember that. You come for dinner, and I do remember you coming over and him insisting me that I wash my hands. That was really funny, I thought, before I touched you. They were very careful parents. They were very concerned about you. So that was kind of cute. But you know what? He was madly in love with the both of you. So I remember that very clearly.
What distinguishes my dad from other people?
Well, he was very, very intelligent. He was a very smart guy, very funny, very engaging, he was full of life. You know, there was a big energy in any room. And I like that. You know, I like that about him a lot. He really loved your mother so much, and he loved you, and that was really, he wasn't afraid to show that in any way. So that was really a beautiful thing to see.
Am I like him?
they're identical. No, I don't know. I mean, do I think you're like him? I think you look a lot like him. I think we have to wait and see a little bit. I think that you have his intelligence. I think that you have a depth to you that I know, that I think, is evident in, I don't know, I think that you're very down to earth and grounded, like he was, much more so than, say, your mother. You can edit that out. You're more balanced. You have a certain balance about you that I think was your dad. He was just loved life. He was just full of life and energy and just a great guy to be around. And I see that in you for sure. Yes, it's hard to tell now. You're just the beginning of your, exploring who you are and stuff, and I think that'll play out, and we'll know more as you grow and to who you really truly are and want to be. But I could definitely see that being the case, that yes, I could see you becoming very much like him.
Brian, favorite people?
Favorite people? Well, my favorite person is Paula, my woman. But that's. Do you want me to talk about that?
Why not? How special?
What's that?
Special.
What is special about it? Not judging her behaviour by the norm, just coming as much as she can from her reactions to life around her, having a value system which is about what you feel, going by what you feel, and not by what you think you should feel at that moment. That's what I love about that girl.